is important here. I know when you look at a number, let's say in 2015, the number around 5%, that was when Trump at the time called it a phony number. And so in reference to that, and you heard Sean Spicer saying he had had a conversation with the president previous to the news conference, and what did he say?
Yeah, he clearly he knew this question was coming, obviously, and he went to the president and said, what do you want me to say in this? And the president told him, you could quote me directly that perhaps maybe those numbers were phony then, but now it's real. Well,
let's play the sound. Let's play the sound. Go ahead. Roll it.
In the past, the president has referred to particular job reports as phony or totally fiction. Does the president believe that this jobs report was accurate and a fair way to measure the economy?
Yeah, I talked to the president prior to this, and he said, to quote him very clearly, they may have been phony in the past, but it's very real now.
You hear the laughter. Go ahead, David.
Yeah, I know it was delivered as a laugh line from Sean, and it got laughter in the room from reporters. I'm not sure all of Americans will laugh at that. It is an admission of blatant hypocrisy. I mean, it's like the most traditional politician thing you can do, which is not Donald Trump's brand necessarily, you know, to say that when it's not in my favor, I'm going to say this, and when it is in my favor, I'm going to say that. That is the thing about politicians most people in the country don't like. So I don't know that it's necessarily a joke. I think it's a total admission of blatant hypocrisy.
Was that a new thing, Dylan? The fact that, I mean, I think David's right. He knew he was going to get a question on the numbers out today. But he said, yes, I had a conversation with President Trump, and he got a quote, and there you had it.
Well, look, I think there's an extraordinary lack of credibility here, and it was on display at least 3 times. First of all, there were the phony jobs numbers quote that you just played. There's the issue of basically shirking responsibility for the vetting process of Flynn. If they're not responsible for it and they're just expecting people to check the right boxes, I mean, that sort of seems like a joke to me. And then third, there was this issue about the media not being able to come on Rex Tillerson's plane on the Secretary of State's first trip to Asia. The excuse that Spicer used there was that the plane wasn't big enough to hold reporters. Certainly previous planes used by previous secretaries of state were big enough to hold reporters. I just checked in with a former Obama administration official to confirm that reporters joined secretaries of state on their planes. He heard what the press secretary said. He said they don't even know how to lie well. I mean, there's just an extraordinary lack of credibility here, and it's on display day after day in that briefing room.
I want to loop back to your point on state and the fact that the media won't be on the same plane as Secretary Tillerson. But Maeve, to you, on David's point about the blatant hypocrisy of what President Trump is now saying, since he's the one sitting in the Oval Office and the jobs numbers are great today, do you agree that rings? That seems
it is blatant hypocrisy, like plain and simple. It's so interesting though, because as David has pointed out many times, in our polls, it shows that Americans really do approve of Donald Trump's handling of the economy. That's the strongest thing that he has going for him right now.
Huge reason why he got the job.
Right, exactly. So this is just sort of another tricky subject for them to have to dance around at that podium, and that makes it difficult for them.